Now, I bet a whole lot of us is planning some big trip out of town right now for the summer, but I got to remind you, you probably don't need to go as far away as you think, because Illinois is in the middle of everything. Whether you are looking for adventures in breathtaking state parks, check. Explore the neon nostalgia of Route 66, check. Or want to make the most of summertime shot like me, check. And Enjoy Illinois can help you plan your getaway or help you convince your people to come visit you this time. Find just what you're looking for and a little more at enjoyillinois.com. Today on CityCast Chicago, Mayor Johnson has launched a brand new housing program, and we've got all the details. Plus, summer reading for adults is back at the library, and I want to know, where are you taking your people when they visit the city this summer? It's Thursday, June 4th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. We've got two amazing voices in the building with us today. Jill Hopkins, it's good to see you again, my friend. How you feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing so good. I'm glad to have y'all both here. We've also got PJ Walker in the building. PJ, thank you for being back on the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
I want to know, how's y'all June going so far? Like, it feels like summer outside. I've been riding my bike. I've been on the lake a little bit. I've been exploring the city. What about y'all? Is June off to a good start so far? Y'all feeling the summer vibes?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. It's nice outside. I'm getting outside. The dog walks are more pleasant. Baseball is interesting on both sides of town. Let's go.
Yes, been working out more and stuff. And I'm excited too, because I don't know if I mentioned it before, I had got surgery on my knee last year. So, I was down from like December, January, and then like I'm like low-key still in that healing process, but like now like I'm getting back. So, it's summertime. I'm about to be in these streets. I'm outside. Okay.
We gonna be hearing from you all month long, and so I'm gonna be tracking in to see what you're doing, where you gonna be, what you up to. Like every day, we love to talk about some of the big stories happening in our city. And Jill, the mayor and Department of Housing earlier this week announced a brand new housing program with the goal of making it more affordable for some Chicagoans to buy a new crib. From what I've researched so far, it doesn't look like it's just for first-time home buyers, but for people looking to buy a home. So let's get into the details here.
There's a lot going on for a few hundred Chicagoans here. It's called the Homegrown Purchase Assistance Grant, and it's for people with low to moderate income. And honestly, when you find out and you're reading about all this, what counts as moderate income is kind of wild, like six-figure wide.
Yeah, for a family of four, we have an annual income of 182, and an individual making up to 127,000 could qualify.
Which says a lot about how much houses cost and how much cost of living is in general. Now, this is, like you said, the mayor's, it's $21 million going out, but that's part of a $1.25 billion housing and economic development bond that has a lot of other money earmarked for building new developments, building single-family homes. But this $21 million is for this assistance on down payments and things like that. Now, it sounds great on the surface, and I think for the 300 to 400 Chicagoans that this will help, this will be life-changing amounts of money. You can get up to $70,000 if you are making 80% of the average median income. And that is really interesting because $70,000 used to be more than just a down payment on a house. That used to put a big chunk in somebody's mortgage. And now we're looking at
For my grandparents, that was the crib.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? On a single income. When your grandpa wasn't in that band with his wife.
Right.
Okay, merge. All right.
Merge money, pay for it.
Okay, let's make another hit.
Just one more. Just one more.
I mean, speaking of, what is like the average price of or the median sale price for a crib in Chicago right now?
That can vary, and that's why there are two zones for this particular program. Zone A and Zone B. Zone A is talking about neighborhoods like Lincoln Park and Lakeview, where home prices are and have been steadily rising. And Zone B is for places like Inglewood or Roseland, where home prices have kind of been stagnant for quite some time, but there's still a lot of interest in purchasing like the graystones and the bungalows and things like that that exist on the south side. But home prices have gone up $388,000, almost $389,000 just since last year alone. And that's according to Redfin, which is Zillow's stepsister that people don't talk about nearly as much. The median sale price just in April of this year is almost $389,000, and that makes it 5% higher than it was last year at the same time. And a 5% year-to-year growth when incomes have not increased 5%, but groceries have increased more than, and gas has increased more than, makes it really difficult for people to come up with, whatever percentage of their income to sock away for a down payment. And so this is to kind of help that process along. But people are raising some really good points as to why this isn't just sparkles and rainbows like it might appear on paper. For one thing, this rolls out on Monday, the 8th of June, and you need a lot of things, both physical and monetary, to push through this process. Folks are worried that they're not going to be able to get their acts together in between the 1st of June and the 8th of June. Like, that's just a week to, sure, you have your identification and all that sort of thing, but you've got to pull up all of these pay stubs. You've got to pull up all of your tax returns, your W-2s. People often have those on hand just from doing their taxes, but you have to have a property in mind. You can't just take this money and be like, I'm gonna use it for a house. Because if that was true, we would all be applying.
Right. But you need a mortgage pre-approval letter and executed purchase contract. So this is really for people who are already in the process. Looking for a home, buying a home. I think one of the requirements is you have to go through the Department of Housing and Urban Development certified home buyer education and be in the market for a 1 or 2 unit home, which, again, I've never purchased a home. So I guess I'm going to put this over you. For people who are already in the process of this, do you know if like this home buyer education, is this something easy for people to just go start and knock out real quick, like a quick online certification thing, or?
It is an online certification. I don't know that I would refer to it as quick. The thing that I can kind of most compare it to, at least something that I can identify with, is like if you work in a restaurant or a bar and you've ever had to take your Bassett certification, and you have to be online and you have to be like actively paying attention.
4 virtual sessions or a 2-day in person. Wow. And again, that's to be eligible. So if you're applying, and we already know the applications starting June 8th are going to go up. Is there a closing date on when they're going to stop taking in applications?
Not that they have announced to the public, but just judging by how much money they're offering and how many people they're anticipating, only about 300 to 400 people are going to get approved for this. And that's causing people to say things like, is this really providing a stimulus, or is this just creating a lottery? Is this supply not meeting demand? Is this, just a Band-Aid on a larger problem? There's a lot of really good questions here. Is this going to make people who have the freedom to raise a housing price raise it just because they know that they can get $70,000 extra dollars off of somebody and still get that asking price? Like, people are mean.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
You talk about the
pros and cons.
Yeah, the housing and economic development bond, that this money is going to be coming from, that $1.25 billion. And if you go to the city's website, they give you a sense of what those buckets of money are. Like $625 million for economic development. That's for like job and wealth building, small businesses, community development grants. And then you got affordable housing, affordable rental housing, home ownership, and then helping Chicago's unhoused population. If you go dig a little bit further, they say there's a line item for purchase assistance, home repair, and promoting ownership, about $125 to $145 million. And so 20 million or 21 million is, a decent chunk of that money. And though it's a one-time program, it does set up a new grant program that they could replenish over time. But I agree with you. When you see $20 million on the back of this $1.25 billion, and then you kind of see the timeline, how many people will ultimately be helped, right? That's 300 to 400 Chicagoans who we want to get this money, who we want to make it easier for them to own a home. But I agree with you. Similar to when the guaranteed income pilot applications went out, we know that the number of people who are going to apply to this is what, maybe 10 or 20 fold.
Yeah. And people have brought up the Build Act when talking about where money is going and how because the Build Act wasn't passed, and it wasn't passed because it was never voted on, it was kind of reshuffled once the state had to think more about the bears than they had planned to. It kind of sucked all the oxygen up there. So the Build Act is still in play, but now we have to wait until after the summer recess, and so don't get too attached to the Build Act just right now. But this is better than nothing. But
and the Build Act is a piece of legislation being debated in the state, which it's meant to expand affordable housing. But how exactly would it do that? Can you remind us?
It would be actually building more affordable housing, whether it be developments or standalone. So that would be money allocated specifically for the development and construction of these places. Yeah. So as the world turns, it sands through the hourglass. We're just waiting for these people to get it together. The bears can move to Gary, but the people in Illinois need someplace to live right now.
Okay.
I think programs like this in connection potentially down the road with the Build Act, to your point, which would allow for higher dense building, would allow more control for people who maybe have access to those accessory dwelling units, right? The granny flats, as people call them. It would change up local zoning, bring in third-party inspectors, change a code around like staircases and how they need to be built in taller buildings, but also create more home assistance programs in a similar vein as the one we've been covering. And so the hope is that these efforts, this larger $1.25 billion bond from the city, and hopefully more progressive ordinances like this, can speed up Chicago and Illinois' response to our growing affordable housing crisis. And my hope is that some of the gridlock in front of us, which is, especially in Chicago, how much control the alders have over what is built in their wards, how much pushback they can put on things. I hope some of that is maybe curtailed a little bit in the hopes of, again, expanding affordable housing for the city.
Yeah, like I said, it is certainly better than nothing. A Band-Aid is not going to stop a bleed out, but this is great news for 400 people or families in Chicago, and good luck out there, everybody. Yeah. It's gonna be a circus.
The American Writers Festival returns to Chicago for a free 2-day celebration of the written word. Co-presented by the American Writers Museum and Chicago Public Library, some featured writers include 2026 Pulitzer Prize winner Daniel Kraus, as well as best-selling and award-winning authors Reza Aslan, Dr. Eve L. Ewing, and our poet laureate Maida Del Valle. But there will be more than 90 writers across 40-plus programs spanning pretty much any genre you can think of, fiction and poetry, comedy and horror. You get the idea. You can have thought-provoking conversations with acclaimed storytellers, get your book signed, take writing workshops, or enjoy story time, crafts, and other family-friendly activities. It's June 6th at the American Writers Museum and June 7th at Harold Washington Library. Learn more at AmericanWritersFestival.org. The Chicago Public Library Foundation has announced 2 of their honorees for the upcoming award ceremony this fall. Beloved children's book author Mo Willems and Chicago literary star Gabriel Bump will get their flowers October 13th. This year's celebration is even more meaningful because it's the Library Foundation's 40th anniversary. That's 4 decades of transforming lives through lifelong learning at the Chicago Public Library. As y'all have probably seen, I'm trying to visit all 81, soon to be 82 of those branches, and I can attest to some of that learning. Yes, it's getting the book you want, but it's also learning to garden with seeds from the Budlong Woods branch, or nurturing an interest in marine biology with the fish at West Pullman or Souza Regional. And it's making sure you got fresh food from Legler Regional or clean clothes from Douglas. Your gift, like say a ticket to this awards gala, helps the Chicago Public Library Foundation keep that learning and excitement and adventure and curiosity going. But their ceremony honoring authors, writers, artists, and civic leaders will also be free to stream online. Save the date for October 13th and visit cplfoundation.org/awards for more details. Speaking of something that is great for Chicago families across the city, summer at Chicago Public Libraries is back and almost in full swing. This year's theme is Chapters of Chicago. They've got kickoff events at the Legler, Woodson, and Souza Regional Libraries this Saturday. I was actually at the Woodson Regional Branch yesterday. PJ, you wanted to talk about one of the highlights of summer at CPL. What is it?
Yes, so the Summer at CPL is returning this year. It is a program that started in 2022. And last year it had, and through me, okay, I said, I ain't know people read like this no more, okay? 6,500 participants last year. And I said, oh, so the people still are reading. Because, you know, I'm not going to hold you. You know, I'm a little audiobook girl myself. But I said I wanted to get back into, you know, reading the physical, you know.
And they encourage both, though. They encourage both.
Yeah. You can get audiobooks on the Libby app.
Yes. So, you know, but I want people to also realize they can also go back to the library, because, you know, don't we just love the good old library? Okay.
Yes, we do.
So in order to participate in the program, you must read a certain amount of books and attend the programs. And then at the end, you get a free little hat. And, you know, it's cute. Now, I know you like, oh, well, why would I want to do all that reading for a little hat? Listen, it's not about the hat, baby. It's about the experience, okay? See, the program is also, it offers educational programming at different branches here in the city. I was looking at some of the programming, and it goes by adults, teens, and kids as well. For the adult classes, they have comedy writing with some Second City folks. I saw they had a class about bike maintenance. You know, it's summertime. You know, y'all people like to, you know, respect the environment and stuff. So, you know, learn how to fix your bike. And then I saw they also had the story of house music, and they even offering tours and things too. So it really is a fun thing. Again, it allows you to see different branches, maybe travel to a different part of the city, and you can do something fun and interactive, and it's something for all levels. And like you said, Jacoby, the theme is Chapters of Chicago, and on the website they wrote, celebrates the stories, sounds, flavors, and creativity that define our city. I also just I was reading, and they said the branch at the Obama Center is also going to be involved as well. So that'll give you a reason to go over there, which that's probably what I'm gonna do, honestly, because I want to go over there. And I said, oh, this will give me a cute little excuse to go over there. And listen, okay, let's say you get to the end, because it's gonna last from June 6th to August 2nd. So you got time. And so let's say you get to the end, you found some books that you like, you know, I'm gonna encourage you. okay, to visit some of your local Chicago bookstores. You know, you're trying to build you up a little library and everything, you know.
Before we go into our bookstore list, I wanted to give a couple more details on summer at CPL. You talk about some of the events for adults. I think you can do as many activities as you want. Like you said, you can already go on the Chicago Public Library website and find some of just the highlights of their programming.
And
some that I see.
Too.
Right. You got Read and Run Chicago, historic Chicago bakeries at the Little Village branch on June 30th. And I know our great friend Allison is in like fundraising time right now. So you can also participate by supporting one of Chicago's favorite run clubs. They have visit to local Chicago museums, right? Writing in the galleries at the Art Institute. One of the ones I really love was basic backyard urban chicken keeping. If you want to learn about how to keep chickens in your backyard, they're going to have a whole program. I learned about it when I went to the Little Italy branch recently. That's going down on June 20th there. They're also going to be doing it in August at the Budlong Woods branch. But between reading and going to the events, they want you to do 6. So you could do 6 books. You could do 6 activities. You could do 3 and 3, mix it up. But again, you could read as many as you want, and you can visit and participate in as many activities as possible. There are separate challenges for teens as well as younger kids. And so there is something for everybody in the family to get involved. I am going to try my best to get to every kickoff event on Saturday and see some of the people who are there, meet some of the families, check out some of the branches. And then I know you also want to show some love to Chicago bookstores, which I spent a lot of time in.
Yes, it's so funny that we're talking about this because, like, I was just like, PJ, why you don't go to no bookstores? You don't visit no. And I think what happened was I just felt like because I'm an actor, so at one point I just stopped reading books and it became all about plays. That's all I was focusing on. And I think after a while I just fell out the books. But I'm like, I need to go and sit and look important at a bookstore. You know what I'm saying?
My local bookstore, Sam Myers, was recently featured on The Chi. Sam Myers in the South Loop. So they just made their on-screen acting debut. And so shout out to the entire crew over there.
Okay. And then look, so I found a few here I think y'all should visit. I know I am. There's the Unabridged bookstore in Lakeview. There's Women and Children First in Andersonville. And those two are queer owned, okay, where you can get your queer literature. Hey, happy Pride, the Book Joint in South Shore, which I thought was really nice because it's a mother-daughter duo that owns that. So make sure you visit. And I just found out, I'm about to be out in the city this summer. Don't you even worry. I just found out about Build Coffee and Books in Woodlawn. So it's a cafe and a bookstore.
That's our people over there. We're going to do a partnership with them later this month. Then I'm going to have a whole bunch of details for people, but no, we love Build Coffee and Books. We show them a lot of love, but a lot of these bookstores you've mentioned, I've spent good time at. Like the events at Women and Children's First are fantastic. The events at the Book Joint are great. Yeah, I'm excited to partner with Build over on Woodlawn. We love them.
This gonna have me out and about throughout the city, okay? But yes, indeed. Now I was gonna end us with one quick cute little question, okay? Because you mentioned earlier that this is similar to the Pizza Hut program, and let me tell you something. I always made sure I got my stamp, okay? I always made sure. And my little piece today, I came in there every month. They said, "Oh, you in here again?" Sure is.
Yes,
okay. Okay. So I was gonna ask, what was your favorite book growing up? For me personally, while all the girls was out here reading Harry Potter, I was a fan of a series of unfortunate events. Y'all heard of that?
Oh, Lemony Snicket.
Yes.
Oh, them books had me in that, like literally going to my local library like the minute it came out, and I was like, I need this book now. And when y'all have it, don't call nobody else. Call me. Okay. I don't know what it was. I think it was like because it was like a little dark. It was a little dark in there, but like I love how the kids always made it to the end. That was my book right there. Shout out to Lemony Snicket.
Well, as I'm thinking about the series, if you're looking for a reason to get to some independent bookstores this weekend, the 57th Street Art Fair is going down, I think, Saturday and Sunday. And you got Powell Books over there. Bill Coffee is not too far from where 57th Street is. You got Seminary, 57th Street Books. And so if you're trying to hit a bunch of independent bookstores in one go and get you some art at the same time, the 57th Street Art Fair this weekend. My childhood book series was the Montmorency series by Eleanor Updale. It was about a thief in, I want to say, late 1800s England or 1800s England. They were about to build the sewer system, and he was this thief that would do these really high risk escapades, like running on museum roofs. One day he fell through the roof of one of his capers, ruined his body. This mad scientist sort of like did these, 20 or so surgeries on him, put it back together. But he was showing him off to all these aristocrats across England. And while he was doing that, he learned about the forthcoming sewer system that they were building. And so once he got healed, he used the sewer system that most people didn't know about to like pull off all these robberies. And he ended up living like a double life. It was interesting. Montmorency, thief, liar, gentleman. That was my ish when I was a kid. What about you, Jill?
I was thinking about this. I want to shout out Quimby's books in Wicker Park. They've been with me since high school. Exile in Bookville in the Fine Arts Building downtown for like music, documentary, nonfiction, and Bucket of Blood Records and Books is great. You can go record shopping.
Yeah, I'm about to be outside. Let me write this down.
There's so many. There's so many. When I was a younger girl, I was a Judy Blume girl. So all the Ramona Quimby books. I was an only child. So I was always just like, yeah, let's see what these kids with siblings are about. Like, what's the dynamic over there? But then I got into, do you know who Louis Sachar is? This author. He wrote the Sideways Stories from Wayside School, and he wrote Holes, and he wrote this book called There's a Boy in the Girl's Bathroom. And I could not get enough. I could not get enough of these bonkers stories. I loved it so much. Everything was so silly. But it was also like, this kid is really battling his demons, right?
If people are looking for some inspiration for books, if they want to participate in the adult reading challenge, we've put together some of our favorite Chicago books of all time that you can find on chicago.citycast.fm. I got a few of them next to me right now. Things like We Do This Till We Free Us, Miriam Kaba, Neckbone, Avery R. Young, Southern Exposure, Lee Bay, Southside from Natalie Moore. All of the Eve Ewing books, and Finna from Nate Marshall. We got a great list for you. Before we get out of here, y'all, I got a lot of family coming into town for 8th grade graduations, Juneteenth, 4th of July. Where y'all taking y'all people when they come to visit? What should I put on my list? I got like a Sox game plan, but y'all got anything I should add?
This might sound a little corn, okay? A little corny. But personally, I really, thoroughly, positively enjoy the Museum of Science and Industry.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just think it's fun to I think the adults will go there and like you'll be like, "Ooh, girl, look at the electricity!" Like, it's just like
look at the wind tunnel.
Look at the plane, girl. Oh my god! And then the kids can go and run around. And I think the Museum of Science
still there till August. Yeah.
Oh no, that museum's been serving Chicago for so long. Like it's you can just the architecture of the building is cool. It's a good excuse to go to Hyde Park. You can get out of the hot if you need to. It's nice and air conditioned. They got donuts in there. There's and it's been around for so long. And this is no shade to any, but my mom used to work in the coal mine exhibit down there when she was in high school because she was short enough. You can't be like 6'2". working in the coal mine exhibit, just be hunched over. But when you're 5'1", it's the perfect summer job.
And for what it's worth,
purpose, okay?
Parking and getting in and out, you know, again, compared to museum campus, a lot easier. Lot easier getting
I would agree.
in and out of the MSI. So no, that's a good one. Definitely got to take the family over there for Marvel Spider-Man Beyond. Amazing before that's gone this summer. What about you, Jill? Where are you taking people?
You know, if it's a whole family situation, I think Maggie Daly Park is really, really fun. If the weather is accommodating, if any single one of you owns a pair of roller skates, it's a good time over there. You can get the kids' energy out. It's scenic. The people watching is good. There's some things
the
that are
children's
big
park
enough.
is really nice.
Yeah, you can. If the adults can climb on stuff, I'm not saying that you can get high and go climb on stuff at night at Maggie Daly Park. I'm just saying it looks like something that someone could do.
Yes, if they were interested in such things.
I
learned to play pickleball. I learned to play pickleball over there.
This is how I've known you long enough that you did not used to have middle-age activities like that. You used to just used to be a different Jacoby.
When we started the podcast, I would have been like Blind Barber. Now I'm like Big Marsh Park. Big Marsh. What are you talking about? Money Gun. Now I'm saying, fine, like 12th Street Beach. It's real quiet. Don't nobody be out there. Go to the conservatory. Take your ass on a walk. Go get you some wings for hibachi.
When you like sports that start with a vegetable, squash, pickleball, you know.
Banana ball. That's a fruit, but still, you go see the bananas.
That's how you know when it's time. You sitting down. You like, let me go play some squash, girl. Okay.
I don't know. That counts.
Our creative producer Michelle said taking people over to Buckingham, and now that they got
them new seating out there,
they got them new Parisian chairs out there. I gotta ask y'all, likelihood that they get stolen. Y'all think somebody gonna steal one or two of them this summer?
Wait, is it like, are they not bolted down in no type of way, shape, or form, or like what's?
Are they metal or plastic?
I think they metal. I don't think.
I ain't even know that y'all just put me on to something new. Chairs around the fountain. It
sound nice.
It would be a little sus to see somebody just walking around with a big old metal chair.
Okay, 100%.
You going to jail? No.
Earlier in our morning meeting, Michelle said she wanted to steal one of these chairs, so I think she was just planting that she is going to be the person who steals the chair. And so Michelle been obsessed with this fountain since they announced these chairs. And so I'm just putting y'all on alert over there down at Grant Park. If you see Michelle, turn away. She not on nothing. She chilling. She's chilling. Don't be over there on no bull. Michelle,
mind your business.
She pays taxes. That's her right.
That's her chair. Okay.
She said, "You blowing my cover." Oh God, please hit us up at 773-780-0246. I want to know, where y'all taking y'all family this summer across the city of Chicago? What should I add to my list? I want to give a huge thank you to our guest today, Jill Hopkins. It's always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
And PJ Walker, it has been a blast. I can't wait to talk to you next time.
Thanks for having me. I can't wait for next time.
Some good news. Teens in the Park, or the Tip Fest, is coming up soon, but auditions are the best opportunity for Chicago's young people to get involved. There are some going down this week at Washington Park. I'm going to drop a link for you in the show notes. They want artists of all kinds. It's not just limited to singers and dancers and DJs. So if you got a talent and you want to show it, then please go out for one of the auditions at the Tip Fest. This is going down Friday, June 5th in Washington Park. And there are a few more that are happening across the city. I'll drop a link so you'll be the first person to know when they get posted. As always, we appreciate you for listening and reading. We're going to be back bright and early tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Peace.